Hey guys, welcome to the Middle of the Story podcast. Welcome back for episode 2 of our mini series. It's just me, your gal, HG. I am so pumped to have you here on a Thursday. I don't know what time of day it is that you're listening to this. Maybe it's mid-morning, maybe it's afternoon. I hope you're having a great insert whatever time of day it is. I am pumped to talk to you guys again. Last episode we did what really matters, and I'm doing like a sub episode of what really matters because the way we ended the last episode was like if loving God and loving others are the tippity top of what's the most important to you, then like what comes after that? Like what makes you you? What is important to you? Some of my friends would say, like, being super academic. Some of my friends would say being super empathetic and loving others and serving others in tangible ways. And, you know, some would say, like, their job, their commission, like what they feel like, you know, God's put them on this earth for. Some would say being a mom. And all answers are welcomed and appreciated. For me, I think some of the tippity top most important things are honesty and community. I lived a lot of life in my almost 32 years here, and I've lived life not being honest, not necessarily lying, but just not being honest about who I am or what I like or whatever. And I've lived some life not being in community. And I think as a believer that can really, clearly not being honest can really trip us up. But not living in community can be a real stumbling block. I told you last episode I can be like a bit of an overthinker or wanting to just like steer every individual person in the right way. And I'm going to do my best attacking these subjects. And, you know, it's okay if some things don't feel like right for you in this season. I mean, honesty should always feel right for you, but some communal aspects, like you may be an introvert and be like, 2 friends is like max capacity for me. And then you may be an extrovert where you're like, I need 200 friends. And, you know, maybe we could grow and stretch in different ways in those areas, because like maybe you need more than 2 friends and maybe you need less than 200, because like how can you be friends with 200 people? I don't know. But let's all walk into this subject together with grace and love of I'm just trying to figure it out with you. I'm just here in the trenches of life, in social media culture, in news media that's yelling at you all the time, and you know, this like, I live, you know, in a very wealthy suburban area. So like just trying to navigate all that, like I'm just in it with you. And, you know, my greatest, I feel like moments in my walk have been when I'm the most honest. I'm not saying they were always like the most fun, but like when I look back and I cherish moments and relationships in my life, it's when I'm being 100% authentically myself and honest with others, or first honest with Jesus. And I want to combat, this is just a cultural thing. You don't have to be in the Christian sphere or in the worldly sphere to not receive this message of look good on the outside, you deal with whatever's on the inside. I think we find that even more extravagant now than ever before, because your squares on your social media have to look a certain way, have to be the right color scheme, and everything has to look tip-top shape all the time. You may, or this is what I do, like throw your junk in the corner and have your camera on the clean spot. Is that not like how we present ourselves to God sometimes? Like, God, like, just don't look in that corner. But look at all of this. But God like wants to be in the whole space. He already knows what's in the corner. So you might as well just be like, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm struggling with. I'm not even saying it could be like a huge sin thing. Like for me, sometimes it's just like, God, I don't understand what's happening in the world. I don't know how to wrap my mind around the extreme disputes and polarizing feelings and people hurting regardless of all that. I'm struggling with that, Lord. And just building that honest relationship with Jesus of everything. God, I messed up last night. You already know, but I want to tell you. God, for me, like releasing the control over my children. And I know if you're not in that season yet, you don't know what that's like, but just being like, God, like I fully trust you with my kids, but I am struggling with that. Like I want to give them to you, but I'm still like vice gripping, handing them up to you. And when we learn how to be honest within ourselves and with the Lord, then it's much easier to be honest with community. Sometimes you just have to blurt it out. I don't know if you've ever been at a dinner and you're like, no, I need to talk about this. The other day, our friends came over for a community group, and my sweet friend Rachel stood at my little kitchen island counter, and I was like, I need to tell you about what happened this week because like I just need to like say it out loud. I just like need help. Like maybe I just need to like verbal vomit in an appropriate way. I feel like if any therapist was watching this, they would be like, okay, but within boundaries and like asking if that person is available. Yes, totally be healthy about it. Like if you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. I love therapy. But what I'm saying is like learning how to be honest with Jesus, within ourselves, with Jesus, and then being honest together in community. I said in my episode with Brittany Young, Satan can't seduce and trick you when you put the light in, when you put that light and spotlight on what's happening or whatever's going on in your life. He doesn't have territory anymore. So one of my biggest encouragements is find community. Like show up at church and like join a group, or however you find community in the season you're in right now. Maybe you're in college and you join like, I don't know, I didn't really go to college, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I don't know where you go. I'll have someone on here that knows how to find community in college because that wasn't me. But I do hear that there are like, not Young Life, but like Christian groups on college campuses that you can go to. If you're in high school, find someone older than you and say like, will you mentor me? Like I need some help. Or go to Young Life, go to whatever your town or region has that brings Christians together. Go put yourself in community. We were not meant to endure earth alone. And one of the biggest, I just really think all the lies are the biggest because they're a lie. And that's a big deal because I don't want you to be lied to. Like a big lie that we can believe is that like, oh, I can do it by myself. I can handle this. I don't need your help. I can handle it alone. And that's not true. You're not meant to handle it alone. You're not meant to handle the joys and mountaintops of life alone. And you're definitely not meant to handle the valleys and the hard things and battles alone. So honesty may mean getting real with yourself and being like, okay, I need to put myself in a group. I need to take myself out of my comfort zone. And I need to like get in a group of people that are like-minded, meaning they believe that saying that salvation prayer makes you a Christian, and then you can iron out the theological differences whenever you're ready. But like get yourself in a group that believes like you, that wants to be on mission with you. We are all on mission. Don't get it twisted. Your life matters. You are called for a purpose in such a time as this. You're all Esthers. You're all Davids. Everybody has a plan and a purpose. And it's okay if that means that you are a mom and you are making dinner. You are no less than a CEO. You are no greater than a college student or I don't even know. Everybody matters. Your soul matters. So let's get honest with ourselves and let's get honest with Jesus. And then let's put ourselves in groups. And then as the body of believers, we honor one another. Because remember, the top of the triangle is loving God and then loving others. So when we get in a group together, we love each other well. We don't gossip about what people bring to the table. We don't judge what other people bring to the table. We don't condemn other people. We sit in community together. And we love the Lord with all of our heart and our soul and our mind. And that means we want to look like Him and walk like Him and be like Him. And then that makes us love others super well. Kindly, with grace, compassion. It means you can call somebody out. Like if your brother or sister or friend in Christ is, well, we're all family, so brother and sister in Christ is the most accurate way to say that. But when we're in community together, if somebody's doing something that you're like, that ain't great, then like there's a biblical way to like call somebody out. Like, but that is community. It's not just showing up to dinner and saying everything is great, everything's fine. I'm doing so good. We're so busy right now. Yeah, we're all busy. Everybody's busy. But when you sit down with your community and you say, all right, the breadsticks were great, but I got to talk to you about something. I'm really struggling with where we're at in the world. I'm really struggling with what my child is walking through. I'm really struggling with being single. Whatever you bring to the table, bring it. Because you belong there. And we belong together. We are always better together. So my encouragement for you this week is to first be honest with yourself and be willing to be honest with the Lord. He loves you. He knows you. He knew your story before He formed this entire planet. And He still chose the cross. So there's nothing you can do or say that would make Him not love you. Be honest with Him. Be honest with yourself. Get yourself in community. And let's lovingly walk together on mission. Together. Keyword, together. For the Great Commission. I want to be in it with you. Hope you have a great week. You are prayed for and loved.